I'm so proud that I will interview a very good African journalist who is interesting with African football, especially Egyptian football, Mr. Mickey Jr. First of all, we all on Twitter are so happy with your great job about the African football, and we need to thank you about this.
I appreciate that so much, and I'm very excited to join you on your show. Like you mentioned, you are the first YouTuber from Egypt that I'm speaking to. So I'm so much happy, and I hope that we have a good time. Thank you.
Thank you. We need to know that how the African see the North soccer, the North African soccer. Do you feel that there is a difference between the North African football and the other countries?
Oh yes, of course, there is a lot of difference. I mean, there's a vast difference between, I mean, if you look at the Northern African and then you come down to the South, the Eastern, and probably the Western here in Africa, you know, with the Northern football, their branding is always top notch. You understand me? They have been able to pull a lot of sponsorship on their soccer, on their league. Especially if you look at the Egyptian clubs, for example, almost all of them have their sponsors. You understand? They are able to bring in quality players. They are able to sign, very expensive players, and you know there's always a huge competition within their leagues. And then you are able to see that when they come for the CAF Champions League and then CAF Confederation Cup. So you are able to realize that there's a big difference. Like I mentioned, there's a big difference between the Egyptian, probably the Northern, let me put it, the North African football. Okay, there's a lot of difference because of the investment that they have made. And then the quality players they sign, and then the sponsorship, how they are even able to develop their stadiums. You understand? All these have been able to make the difference. But when you come down to the other side of Africa, I mean the Northern, Western, probably, see, there is a lot of challenges that goes on, even with administration. You understand how they are able to manage, you know, the affairs, financial affairs, and all that. A lot of difference.
Understood, but I need to know, how do you see that North African or Egypt can help to make a huge difference in the Ghana's soccer, as for example?
Okay, thank you for that. In Ghana, for example, we lack a lot of things. Okay, I'm not going to say for the players wise, we have quality. I mean, we have a lot of good players there, but then it has to come down to the maintenance of our stadiums. Okay, our pitches, there are a lot of problems with that. There are a lot of potholes and all that. So what I can say is that per the Egyptians, okay, let's say for example Egypt, okay, their administration, okay, they probably need to put something like a workshop, you know, for hours for Ghana, you know, so that the knowledge they have gained, okay, and then the understanding to their level of football, we can probably tap into that. They can, you know, teach us and help.
Honestly, I have an idea, and I don't know if you will support my idea. I was planning to make an idea or a campaign to motivate Al-Ahly, for example, to do a workshop, and they can invite a lot of clubs from everywhere, and especially Ghana, Nigeria, Angola, and South Africa, Senegal, all of the countries, and it will help to make a very strong relationships between among all of us, and it will help to it will help Al-Ahly to invest his popularity in Africa, and the African will take the advantage of this workshop and be in a very good cooperation with a good club like Al-Ahly.
Yes, that is very true. Those ideas are all there, like you mentioned. Okay, so now it's up for the clubs to understand. I feel that if Al-Ahly should write to them, okay, they can extend an invitation to all of them, make sure that they are able to organize a workshop where all the clubs come together, they bring their ideas. Okay, we have people from Egypt. I mean, because your football is growing always, all the time. Okay, and we here in Ghana, we sometimes feel that you guys are not even Africans. Okay, because of your branding. We of course we here we mostly do think that your game is quite different from ours, because you see the flair and the tempo of how you guys even play your games are quite different. And that's how come when you come in the CAF Champions League and the CAF Confederation Cup, you realize that the Egyptians, they do well. Okay, they do well, they even improve, they go up to the semi-finals, up to the finals. Okay,
Yeah.
last season, for example, we saw how Egyptians dominated in Africa.
Yeah.
And all this boils down, to how the clubs are being run. Okay, how financial packages come in. So, like you mentioned, it's a good idea. I'm going to support you all the time, always, so that we are able to get Al-Ahly, and then we are able to come on board. Okay, we organize workshops and all that, so that the clubs come together.
Let's take the first step, and I believe that if they will believe in this, it will explode it to all of the countries, and all African will be in a very good cooperation. I'm just thinking, I'm just throwing the idea, and I will be happy even I will not be in the picture. I'm just willing to have this cooperation among the African countries and the African clubs. Let's go to another step. I feel that I worked with the South African for many years, and I know the quality of mentality they have, and I believe in Pitso Mosimany. But I need you to tell me about your feelings when Al-Ahly announced that South African coach will lead. I'm Ahlawi, so I will tell it true.
Yeah.
Al-Ahly is the biggest club in Africa. So what this sounds to you as the African journalist?
Okay. Thank you very much on that. It came as a big surprise, when Ali approached Pitso, because some of us were aware. My sources do. I was informed a couple of days earlier that soon Mr. Pitso is going to hand in a letter to Sana officials that he wants to move. He wants to move on, because in South Africa he felt that he has done everything that he needs to do. You understand me? Even before he came, just last year, look at the trophies that he won. Okay, look at the players that he brought up. Look at how he nurtured a lot of players, and then they became very good. Okay, some are even feeding the South African national team, as well as their local, the junior sides and all that. And all this came due to the handwork of Mr. Pitso. So, a lot of people were surprised, because the news came in that he's moving, and then with Al-Ahly, they felt that they needed a coach with a lot of experience on the African continent.
Honestly, I didn't surprise, because it was one of my dreams when we found that there is a very good quality in an African coach. Why not? Why we can't invest in this mentality? So I'm so proud of this. I'm happy with this, and I feel how Al-Ahly fans are happy with Pitso, and they are supporting him, and they promised to cover him.
Oh, of course, yeah. That is the way to go. You understand? If you're able to bring in foreign coaches, and you're able to maintain them, provide for them everything that they need for them to succeed, why don't you do the same to ours? You understand? Because we are all African. So if you are bringing an African from South African, to manage your club, you need to provide him all the support that he needs. That's why sometimes, when I tweet, I do tell the fans that, hey, Mr. Pitso needs your support. You understand? Always give him the support, and he's going to deliver.
Yeah.
And we just saw it from last season. From when he took over, we saw the results. You understand? And how he's able to blend the team. Okay, so like you mentioned, you are spot on. You are right. We just need to give him the backing and the support, because if we are having our own, we need to support our own, and that is the way it should go. So Pitso himself also knows that there are a lot of responsibilities that come with managing Al-Ahly, because one of is the biggest and the greatest club in Africa. I keep saying that, you understand, and there is no two ways about that, because we saw their records. The records speak for themselves. You understand, and so you can't, when the record and the facts are there, you can't change it. You can't run away from it. So that is it. I mean, Pitso will succeed, and I'm very confident about him.
Okay. The last question in this area, I need to tell you that the competition between Al-Ahly and El-Zamalek in Egypt, and they are always telling us that Zamalek is more popular in African than Al-Ahly, and we are always in this argument. So I'm trying to get the fact, as you mentioned in the last word you used in the last question. So the fact is, Al-Ahly's popularity bigger than Zamalek, or the opposite?
Thank you very much. Here in Ghana,
yeah.
You let me pick it from the start, and I'll try and explain, and I'll land at a point that you will get me.
Okay.
So here in Ghana, okay, Al-Ahly is here in Ghana. Al-Ahly is it's the greatest club, no doubt, and it's very popular here. Even on Twitter, you realize that I think that I saw an Ahly account that is, supporting Ahly from Ghana. So they have an account and a fan base for it. So in Ghana, Ahly is the biggest. You come in Africa, Ahly is still the biggest, the popular, and then the club with the largest fan base. So the record still stands. The fact doesn't change. It's still the same. Because even if you look at Ahly, their fans, and now that they have an African managing, managing the club.
Yes, I know, and I informed everyone that.
In Pitso, and Pitso also came in when he's also. So of course, it's the fact is the same. Ahly is the biggest, the greatest, and the largest in Africa. Nothing changes.
You mentioned all the words which I was proud to
That's
hear.
it. That's it. That's it. That's the fact.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Mickey. I'm so proud that we are in touch, and I'm looking forward to make it once a month, once a week, if you want. And it will support my position, and I'm happy to have a very good friend like you.
It's my pleasure. With the little conversation that we have had so far, I'll make sure that I'll pick up the key points. I'll make sure that I discuss with my other African colleagues. The African journalist colleagues, and then we will probably arrive at something, and then we will come back to you. So always my doors are open. Feel free to contact me, to message me always, and I believe that we are going to have a strong partnership. Thank you for having me.